Gentlemen, good morning. How are you? Um, well, it's that time again. If you're hearing my voice, must mean that it's Monday morning. So that means it's time for a new episode. And today's topic, well, let me start with the most important part of the show, which would be our sponsor. I would like to let everybody know something. If you are overweight, weak, undisciplined, um, I don't know, just not cutting it how you should be. I'd like you to do something. I'd like you to commit to 90 days, and I want you to get a hold of my dear friend, Mr. James Jennings, over at Kilo Foxtrot Fitness. Excuse me. You can find him on Yelp and Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all the places. Um, or you can find him in Bellbrook, Ohio, at the Gem City Holistic Wellness Center. Also, if you would like to do in person, but if you are not in that area, no worries. He can still help you out and accommodate you remotely, like he did me. As we all remember, I am client 0000001. So yeah, that's my membership number. And I'll tell you, he whipped my ass into shape. And, he has a way about him to not make you feel like a terrible fucking human being, but to encourage, motivate, and give you guidance on ways to better yourself physically, which will also better yourself mentally. So please go over and talk to James for a very small nominal fee, probably less than you are spending on fast food as we speak. You can help him out, and he will help you out, and it'll be a nice mutual interaction, and he will help put you in the right direction and on the correct path. So yeah, Kilo Foxtrot Fitness. Once again, find him on the social medias and get in contact with him. All right, moving into today's episode. I also would like to thank James because he had an episode recently of his podcast, which is the Keep Fighting podcast, one of my personal favorites. It's usually my go-to first thing on a Monday morning as well. Um, and he asked Chat GPT a question, basically how would Satan, excuse me, sorry about that. I always forget to silence my phone. Um, how would Satan destroy man, or whatever higher power you, the opposite of the higher power you believe in, or the evil side of the higher power you believe in? It's a pretty fair question, religious or not. And I think we're seeing a lot of that stuff currently. If you take a look around, I'm not going to get political, and I'm sorry if you don't agree with me, but as a straight white Christian conservative man, I notice things. You can mark me as white devil all you want. Um, there's certain things going on in this world that have been prophesized and are kind of happening before our eyes. But I digress. If you don't believe in that, that's fine. I'm just kind of stating my opinion, my observation. Anyhow, he kind of went through all of that stuff, and he gave me this wonderful idea to do today's episode. So today's episode is standing on business, the code of a man. As men, we need to stand on business, as the kids would say these days. And I would also like to shout out my two teenage daughters for inspiring the standing on business thing, because I think that it's a good term for just I feel like it's empowering, or it's I don't know, it describes, I think, especially men very well. At least men that are basically, doing their thing. Anyway, um, here we go. Anyway, staying on business. I mean, it's you find it on social media. You hear it in the locker rooms. You see it on, maybe in the barbershop. It's just, I don't know. It's a catchy saying. It's trendy. But here's the thing. It's a little more than just a social media cue, I guess. It's a code. It's a lifestyle, and it's the way real men move. Um, so we're going to break it down what standing on business really means, how it applies to your life as a man, and how you can start living it every day. So let's get into it here. Um, all right, let's start with the basics here. Standing on business means handling your responsibilities, being accountable, protecting your name, and moving with purpose. It's about not just talking like a man, but walking like a man, right? If you can talk the talk, you should be able to walk the walk. It's making sure your actions align with your values. It's doing what you say you're going to do, and it's never folding under pressure. When you're a father, a husband, a leader, a worker, or just trying to be a better man, standing on business is a mindset. Let me give you an example here. So everybody's got bills, right? We're doing this adulting thing, which really sucks. But you got to pay them. So that's what you do, right? You go out, you work, you get the money, you pay your bills. Your kids need you, you show up, right? They need a ride. They want friends to come over. They're having a hard time with something. You show up. My next personal favorite is you make a mistake, you own it. I've mentioned many times before, own your shit, right? Don't be embarrassed. You just gotta bite that lip and just take it like a man and own up to your mistakes. But all in all, that's business. And the thing is it's not just about money or work. It's about integrity. Now let me be clear. Staying on business isn't about being loud, violent, or flashy. It's not about ego or flexing on social media. You want a good flex to put on social media. Here's what I'd like to start seeing more on social media, since we're going to bring this up, and I'm kind of getting off of my notes here, but here's a good one. Instead of posting a picture of some young lady who is probably younger than some of my children, in very small bikini, why don't you post a picture of taking your kids to get ice cream? Instead of posting, some other dude's car, why don't you post a picture of taking your spouse out to dinner? Or, how about the dirt and the sweat on your face at the end of a hard day's worth of work? How about we post that stuff, right? Because again, as men, and we need to stand on business. We also have something very important that we're doing, probably without even knowing that we're doing it, and that is every picture we take, everything we put on social media is seen by other people, right? It's seen by young men, teenagers. They're very impressionable, and their mind thinks that that's where that goes. If you don't have the Corvette or the McLaren or whatever, insert luxury car here. If you don't have the supermodel wife who, wears said bikini and is, you know, uh, nothing more than arm candy, because that's all you really care about her. You don't see her true value. You just need her to make yourself look better, which means you really don't respect her either. Or, your stacks of cash from quote unquote hustling. Um, Nothing wrong with posting pictures of your wife, your kids, your job. I mean, I don't give a fuck if you suck out septic tanks for a fucking living. It's good, honest fucking money, and you want to know something? You do what you got to do to fucking take care of your family. So, um, Anyway, let's get back on track. So, some dudes think that's mean. It means being hard all the time, yelling, threatening, acting tough. But real strength is quiet, and that really is something that I think every man needs to really learn that and practice that. Standing on business is calm, focused, and deliberate. You don't have to broadcast your every move. You don't need a crowd. Men who stand on business don't seek approval, they seek results. So, core areas, let's talk about the areas of life where we must stand on business as men. Number one is self-discipline. Wake up when you say you will. Eat like you respect your body. Train your mind, your body, and your spirit. Stay away from excuses. Number two, finances. Don't live above your means. Get out of debt. Stack your bread. Build your wealth. Don't depend on anyone else to take care of you. I'm going to repeat that again. Don't depend on anyone else to take care of you. In this country, we have a huge issue where people are just simply riding on the coattails of hardworking fucking Americans as they peddle their cash deals or hustle, like they say, as I'm doing air quotes. They're also collecting Medicaid, Section 8, and food stamps. That guy who I just mentioned, who's sucking out the septic tank, is paying for their bullshit while they're walking around with pockets full of cash and a very expensive vehicle, all illegitimately gained. And at the same time, when they need to go to the doctor, they just simply whip out their Medicaid card, because the system that is designed to really help people when they're in need is abused and taken advantage of, and that is why it needs to be more closely monitored, in my opinion. If you're a man, you don't depend on anybody else to take care of you or your fucking family. You do it yourself. Now, I'm not saying people don't need help. I've needed help in the past, but it wasn't a permanent thing. It's not a permanent situation. Number three, family. Be present, lead by example, protect and provide, not just financially, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. This is a tough one. For me, myself, that last one is kind of tough. It's hard when you have some real deep issues, like when you're a broken fucking person. It's very hard to do that. But you want to know something? It's nobody else's fault, or I shouldn't say it's not your family's fault that you're a fucking broken person. When I mean family, I mean immediate family. You know, your kids, your wife. It's like they weren't around. They didn't do that to you. So you need to be mindful of these things. And you know, as a girl dad, it's okay to. This is very hypocritical what I'm about to say, because I don't know. Sometimes I have a hard time doing it. Well, I always have a hard time doing it, but be the dad that has the nail polish on, or plays dress up with your daughters. You know, no one's got to know, but you want to know something? They'll remember that stuff forever, and it just kind of shows them that shows them your softer side, and it definitely creates a better bond between you and your daughters. All right, moving on. 4, respect. Respect others, but don't ever tolerate disrespect. Know your boundaries and set those boundaries. Stand tall in who you are, even when it's uncomfortable. Know your boundaries. Just because you know them doesn't mean you put them in place. You need to put them in place. You need to actively use those boundaries. Don't just think, oh, you know, I didn't like how that person talked to me, and then just be passive aggressive. You need to kind of, you need to approach the situation and say, hey, look, I didn't really appreciate how you talked to me, and I don't talk to you that way, and I'm not gonna put up with it. So it's disrespectful. Don't do it again. So that's a boundary. That's putting it into action. Number 5, legacy. What are you building? What will your kids, your community, or even your name mean 20 years from now? Standing on business means you're not just reacting, you're building a future. So let's be honest. It's not always easy to stand on business. Sometimes doing the right thing feels like the hardest option. It can mean losing people, walking away from comfort, facing pain, or sacrificing short term pleasure. But guess what? Being a man is not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to forge you. You build your character in the struggle. You define your manhood when you choose to do that hard right over the easy wrong. Let me ask you this. When you're on your deathbed one day, are you going to be proud of the man you were? Did you handle your business? Did you lead? Did you love? Did you build? Those are all things you need to think about because someday that's going to come. There's a few things that are certain in life, and death is one of them. We're all going to die at some point. It could be in a hospital bed surrounded by family. It could be crossing the street after lunch. You need to keep that in mind every day. Never walk out the door without, giving your loved ones a hug, a kiss, and a I love you, because it could be the last time you ever see them. So here's a quick list of practical things you can do right now. Number 1, wake up earlier than you want to. Waking up earlier just gives you time to prepare yourself for the day. And I'm going to be honest with you. Nobody in my house likes to wake up early. So when I get up early, that's like my me time. Like I read, we've talked about routine, right? So I read my Bible study. I read my daily Stoic. I have my coffee. Maybe do a little doom scrolling for a minute. Don't judge. And then I get up and get ready for work and get my stuff together and out the door. Fix one thing you've been avoiding. That could be a myriad of things. That could be physically. That could be on yourself. That could be the car. That could be just basically, we all have those things that we dread. And honestly, if you just go do it and you get it done, you'll realize that it really wasn't that big of a deal to begin with. I do this all the time, like procrastinating or, what's the other? I guess just procrastinating. Keep a promise you made, even if it's inconvenient. Yes. Sometimes we say things to get something done that we want to get done. Like, hey, if you get an 80 average for this marking period, I will take you to the store and let you spend $200. Yes, it's inconvenient to stand there and hold the bags and go to the stores that smell like overly powerful and give you a headache. And there's like clothing hanging up that even makes a grown man blush. Yes, it is inconvenient to go to the mall. It is inconvenient to go to those stores. But you know what? You made a promise. You need to keep it. Call someone and make it right. Doesn't mean that you guys got to be best friends or anything. But, kind of leave it, leave some of those or tie up some of those loose ends. Finish the thing you said you'd start. So that means you had an idea. So that means you need to start it and then finish it. Look in the mirror and tell the truth. Act like the man you want your son or your future son to become. Even, maybe you have a nephew. Maybe you have, a kid in the community that looks up to you and that you're a mentor for. But anyway, every one of these things is business. And the more you handle them, the more you build trust in yourself and earn it from others. So, fellas, standing on business ain't about being perfect. It's about being solid, consistent, grounded, and reliable. It's about handling your responsibilities with quiet strength, protecting your name, and leading with purpose. So the next time someone asks what you're about, you look them dead in the eye and say, "I stand on business." Then you back it up. So that's it for today's episode. I know it's a little short, but yeah, I've got some big changes coming here. As I talked about, I believe last week or the week before. It was the week before. Yeah, got some big changes. I'm going to be a busy guy here. So as of this recording, I am officially done with my main job. I have all of my stuff sitting in my garage piled up, all my tools. My service truck is no longer sitting out front, and yeah, I don't really know how I'm thinking about it or how I'm feeling about it. I'm excited for what's ahead. I'm anxious about what's ahead. I'm nervous about what's ahead. But all in all, I think I'm ready for this step. It's going to be hard. As I've been sitting with my wife, she's really kind of, as time is ticking away, I think it's starting to impact her more and more. Me being gone for a month is the longest we've ever been apart, and it's not going to be easy. But I got to stand on business, right? I got to make sure that I'm going down and I'm providing for my family, and that I make it the most positive experience that I can for them, and find us a home that they'll all be happy and comfortable in, and kind of get my wife to where she wants to be, and so she doesn't have to, she doesn't really have to work anymore. So this is, it's a small sacrifice for, sacrifice for a big payoff. So anyway, with that said, thanks for listening. Please follow the social medias, check out the TikTok, the YouTube page, all that stuff. As I'm going down to Florida, I'm going to have like a bunch of time on the weekends to not really do fucking anything. So hoping to really like up my video content game and start filming some stuff. I'm going to bring all my stuff with me so I can record the podcast and maybe make some videos and stuff of some cool things I'm going to do down there. I'm sort of looking forward to, keep me occupied and busy, keep my mind off of things. But yeah, anyway, thanks for listening. Have a great rest of your week, and be the man you are meant to be. Remember, stand on business.